So in this video, we will talk about unit rate. A unit rate is a rate with 1 in the denominator. So on below, this is really useful. Like unit rate is really useful in real life as well. Because if you have, let's say, you bought 10 shirts and it cost all in total about $300. You might want to know, okay, how much does each shirt cost? That is really, you might want to know that because now you're like, okay, you get the total, but you want to know about per. That's why right over here I have the word per here in parentheses. Unit rate is like per rate, whatever, each one. That's why it's unit, right? It's unit rate per. So let's say it took you 6 hours to drive 36 miles. This is like represents a ratio. Right now, with this fraction bar, it is really represent, okay, every 36 miles will take you 6 hours, or every 36 miles took 6 hours. This right over here is like a ratio. Now, right away when you set up your proportion, you know one thing you right away know is that your denominator has to be 1. Right there in the definition, it says you want to get that denominator to be 1. That's the per right over here. So 6 hours, right away when I fill this portion, all I have really missing is the top numerator over here. I know my denominator is going to be 1. So how can I possibly get from 6 to 1? I can divide by 6. So right over here, I divided by 6. Now, whatever I have to do right now it's unbalanced. If I just keep the 36 over here, this is unbalanced. Whatever I do to the numerator, whatever I do to the denominator, I must do to the numerator. So this is my numerator. I'm going to also divide this by 6. Now, 36 divided by 6 is 6 miles. So it takes you 1 hour to drive 6 miles. So every 6 miles takes 1 hour. So right over here, this is balanced, right? Because if I multiply 1 by 6, I get 6 hours. If I multiply 6 by 6, I get 36 miles. So each hour takes about 6 miles. Another example could be, so 6 shirts, and each of those shirts was about $24. So $24. And you want to know how much did one shirt cost? To know this is unit rate. Right away, I have a unit rate. So I need to know, this is telling me for every, takes $24 for each shirt. Every 6 shirt it costs $24. Now, right now, I have to find how much does one shirt cost? Because I know every 6 shirts is going to cost $24. Now, if it's the same cost, right, I want to know how much did one shirt cost. So in order to do that, I must figure out what number will I have to divide to get the 6 to 1. This one is divide by 6. Again, whatever I do to denominator, I must do to the numerator. So I would also divide this by 6. 24 divided by 6 is 4. So it takes $4 per shirt. Again, if each of those 6 shirts were the same cost, and I want to know how much one shirt cost, I would use unit rate. So now let's do one more. And let's do, okay, so it takes 1,680, let's see, 1,680 feet. And I want to find 4 minutes. And I have 4 minutes. And I want to find how it takes to run. It's in 1 minute. If I had to convert, I want to find, I know right away my denominator, which has to be 1. That's like the per minute. I start off by dividing my denominator. And I need to know, how can I get from 4 to 1? I can get it by dividing by 4. So again, whatever I do to the numerator, I must do to the denominator. And when I get that, I get 420. So this is my end. So it takes, okay, and it has to have that feet. So 420 feet per minute. This really represents 420 feet per minute. This is what this represents over here. Now, let's move on to a unit rate word problem. So, this one says 4 cheese pizzas cost $120. 4 cheese pizzas. So, 4. Okay. What is the cost? Usually when you have to find a unit rate word problem, they're going to really emphasize, say, okay, each or per. Those are your key terms that easily tell, okay, unit rate. Whenever you hear each pizza, each whatever, per or whatever, right, that's when you can say, okay, that's unit rate problem. Okay, so, right here. So, right away I set my proportion. So, 4 pizzas. Now, what you have to find, will my 4 be the numerator or the denominator? Would it be looks like this or like this? You can pause this video and think about it. And when you choose an answer, If you said $120 over 4, that is correct. Now, okay. So now I'm going to explain why that is correct. When you're saying each pizza, your 4 needs to be the denominator. Because look, you have to look at your sentence. What is it trying to ask me? How, the cost? Right, it's telling me the costs, right? But what is it? We know about the each, right? That each tells, okay, what's after the each? The pizza. So when I set it up, if I make it 120 over 4, and I need to get to 1 pizza, what do I not know? It's not saying each per dollar. That's not what it's saying. It's telling me 1 pizza. Right away, I know my denominator. This has to be my denominator. That. I'm looking for the cost. I'm not looking for the pizza. I already know they're wanting me to tell 1 pizza, right? I already know right away. I know what my denominator is, and it has to be the pizza. What I'm looking for is the cost, right? So if I put that 4 over 1 over 20, that is telling me, and if I had to go 1, I'm not trying to get to $1. I'm trying to get to 1 pizza. So our pizza, which is 4, must be the denominator, if that makes sense. Now, so this is 4, and this is $100. Now I have to find how much does it 1 pizza cost. So again, same process. You divide by 4. Whatever I do to the denominator must do to the numerator. And when I divide 120 by 4, I get $30. So usually when you end, you have to end usually by writing a target. And so each pizza costs $30. This will be your final answer. Let's do one more problem. It takes Julia 38 minutes to run 3 miles. How much time did it take her to run each mile? Round to the nearest whole number. So yeah, will my 38 be the numerator or the denominator? So let's continue. So it says, okay, how much time it took her to run each mile? So each meaning whatever, this is gonna be 1. It's 1 mile. We want to know the time. What is unknown here is time. Time is unknown. If it says each minute, then our mile will be unknown. Okay, if it says each, that's right over your denominator. So right over here, we're gonna put 3 miles, and then on the top we write 38 minutes. Now, same process. We would divide this number by 3. So 3 divided by 3 gives me 1. And same thing goes here. However, when I'm dividing 38 by 3, I'm going to get 12.6666667. And here it says to round. So again, if I really had it, it would be 12.6666. And we'll continue on. That, remember, this line means that continues on and on forever. So when I round it to the whole number, I'm just going to for now write just 12.6. And I would look at this 2, right? This is my whole number. And what I'm going to do is, okay, this 0.6 is more than 5. So that causes this to change to 13. So technically this is 13. So it took her about 13 minutes. So it took her about 13 minutes per mile. So that one was pretty straightforward. So it took about 13 minutes per mile. So that's it for this video. In the next video, we will be talking about how to do unit rate and rate, so both combined word problems.